This video was made possible by Brilliant, a math and science problem-solving website that makes learning fun and rewarding. We can't live our lives without partners. And actually, partnerships can give us more freedom in life. For example, let's say I'm really good at finding fruit and bad at making fires, but you happen to be really good at making fires and bad at finding fruit. And because I want to sleep near a fire and you want to eat some fruit, we partner up. I give you fruit and you give me fire. And so we end up having more freedom together than we would have on our own. But if you pick the wrong partner, whether it's in work, politics, an institution you use, love, friendship, or anything else, they'll ruin your life. And they'll ruin your life by taking advantage of your labor. For example, your boss might ask you to take on more and more responsibilities without compensating you for the increased workload. Or an authoritarian government might throw you into a labor camp. Or a business partner might make you do the majority of the work while still reaping the benefits. The wrong partner takes advantage of our labor and turns us into a slave. So there's a positive side and a negative side to partnership, and it all depends on which partner you choose. So how do you decide who to partner up with? While there are many different traits that good partners could have, there is one trait that every good partner must have: trustworthiness. You can think of trustworthiness as running on a scale from 0 to 100. 0 means absolutely untrustworthy. This person will always take advantage of your labor if given the chance. 100 means absolutely trustworthy. This person will never take advantage of your labor, even if it would benefit them immensely to do so. And you can think of everyone as having a score somewhere along this scale. And you may be wondering, what would it mean to have a score of, say, 50 or 80? Let's say you give a stranger $10 to hold while you tie your shoe. To some people, $10 might be enough to take advantage of you and run away, while to others, it might not be. But to those who didn't take advantage of you, they might not take advantage of you for $10, but if you handed them $100, then they might start to seriously consider it. So different people have different thresholds at which they might choose to take advantage of your labor. And the person who will never take advantage of your labor is absolutely trustworthy. So how do you identify if someone's trustworthy? Is there a marker that can signal someone's trustworthiness? I think the closest thing is this. They have long-term relationships with partners that have voluntarily chosen to be in that relationship. Why is this a good signal? Because it's hard to fake. If someone's untrustworthy, other people are unlikely to voluntarily choose to be in long-term relationships with them. And the word voluntary is critical. If you're in a long-term relationship with me because you have no other choices, that's not a signal of my trustworthiness. It's only when you have other choices, but you still choose me, that our relationship becomes a sign of my trustworthiness. But if you're trying to identify someone as trustworthy, you're trying to make a prediction. And there's an underlying problem with prediction. Predictions are based on and derived from the past. And the future may not always resemble the past. For example, someone may have appeared trustworthy their whole life, but in the last few days before they pass, they may pull a scam on everyone who trusted them. A plan they'd carefully constructed and worked on over the course of their life. The ultimate heist. Or vice versa. Someone may have been a thief their whole life, but after they have an internal revolution, they may become the most trustable person you know. So when we make predictions, we always run the risk of being wrong. The future doesn't always resemble the past, and the best way to lessen our risk might be something like insurance. But there's also a way to decrease our probability of being wrong. See, your predictions are based on your knowledge. Your knowledge is based on your experiences. So if you have limited experiences, you have limited knowledge. And if you have limited knowledge, then your predictions are not very accurate. But if you expand your life experience through experimentation with new things, you expand your knowledge. And if you expand your knowledge, you make better predictions. And experimentation solves a different problem. How do you deal with people who have no past for you to base your prediction on? How do you tell how valuable a new graduate will be to your company when they have no past experience for you to base your prediction on? How do you tell how good of a friend or a lover someone will be if they've never had a chance to be one in the past? If you experiment with the new, you might find something better than what you had, while simultaneously improving your ability to predict. But of course, experimentation comes with risk, and that's when insurance comes back into play. But that's a topic for another video. So we can't live life without partners. and the right partners can increase the freedom we experience in life. And the right partner is trustworthy. And a good signal of trustworthiness is whether or not someone has long-term relationships with partners that have voluntarily chosen to be in that relationship. But this signal is just a way to predict someone's trustworthiness, and all predictions run the risk of being wrong. We can improve our ability to predict through experimentation with new and untested ideas, and we can minimize the risk we face by being wrong with insurance. As always, this is just my opinion and understanding of partnership, trust, and cooperation, not advice. And if you have a different take on these ideas, I'd love to hear your perspective in the comments below. And if you're looking for a partner you can trust to help you learn more in the new year, I recommend checking out this week's sponsor, Brilliant. Brilliant is an interactive learning platform built off a very simple yet effective principle. You learn best while solving problems in real time. Brilliant starts you off with simple problems, but they increase in difficulty, bit by bit, until before you realize it, you've learned a fundamental concept in logic, science, math, or computer science. They've recently taken the interactivity on their platform to a whole new level. Check out this example from their newly redesigned course, Scientific Thinking. You can shoot this pool ball, watch it interact with other balls, sink in the red one, and visually learn the science behind collisions. Join a community of over 8 million learners today by going to www.brilliant.org/freedomandthought or click the link in the description below and you can sign up for free. As a bonus for those who are ready to push themselves further, first 200 people will be hooked up with 20% off the annual subscription. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.